Hi folks, welcome to this week's video from EdTech University. And today I'd like to introduce you to Google Drawings. And Google Drawings is one of the core tools in G Suite. And I recently participated in a digital summit with Matt Miller, and part of their blog after that summit was an idea of how to use Google Drawings in your classroom, and I thought it was pretty neat, and it would be a valuable tool to add to your toolbox. So if you haven't used Google Drawings before, if you go up here to this waffle, you may have a link to or an app in here that takes you to your Google Drawings. If you don't have it, you can always type it into your URL in the address bar up here, or you can go to your apps. If you don't have it in your apps, you can always add it from the web store. I have it right here, and I'll just click on Google Drawings. So one of the skills that we encourage kids to do is making meaning of the world around us, and we can help kids do that by letting students create and show us their thinking, and Google Drawing is a great way for kids to be able to do that. And one of the things that they talked about that stood out to me was that we tend to get stuck in low critical thinking digital activities. So I liked this one because it was a low prep, and I'll say that again, this is a low prep activity that can be used in any subject at all levels, and we can really look at enhancing those critical thinking pieces there too. And one thing that I like to do, or I would do maybe if I was planning this, is maybe pull up Webb's Depth of Knowledge, so that as I'm planning an activity, I can have this available here so I can see how we can move up those levels as we progress through the lesson. So the lesson here, and I'll tell you a little bit real quick about Google Drawings if you're not familiar with this product. It is the learning curve for this product and this tool is pretty low, so it shouldn't be super intimidating to use. There's not a lot of bells and whistles to go along. I mean, really, you can add lines, you can add shapes, a text box, and images. Like I just pulled this one off my computer to have this here just for me while I'm planning. That was pretty easy to do. So the lesson that they were discussing was in history class. They were talking about Washington crossing the Delaware. And so if kids are doing, maybe some research or different activities where they might have some pictures already on their computer, they can add an image from there, or you can have them search the web. So if I search the web, it's just about as, let me see. Let's look at George Washington. Oops. Again. And let's see, crossing the Delaware. And it's going to pop up here. And now it's giving me some options for pictures from that time. I can choose, have them look through. I can choose for, which picture I'd like to use. You select it. It'll show you it's selected here. And then tell it to insert it. So while that's thinking, and that's getting inserted into my poster board, and that's really what Google Drawings is. This is just like a big poster board or a digital sheet of paper for kids to show their thinking on. So now I have my picture, my George Washington crossing the Delaware, and this really requires students to have a basic understanding already of what it is that they have learned so that they can share and elaborate on some of that. And so I would have like a prompt for my kids to say, so what do you think Washington was thinking when crossing the Delaware? So through that learning, kids would already have an understanding again of what they were doing. They could insert a shape here. Let's say I wanted to have show me what he's thinking. So I can type a text bubble here for Washington and just type in here. Maybe he was thinking, are we crazy? They can resize this if it's too big for what they're thinking. I can move it over here so it really looks like, you know, Washington is saying this. So there's all different options here. Let me pull that out. And to move it to the next level, maybe I want my kids to elaborate on someone else's perspective as well. So maybe my follow-up prompt could be, so what do you think his soldiers were thinking? And they could add, you know, add their thinking here too about what they thought these soldiers might be thinking going through this. This looks like it's crazy with all this ice and everything. So this soldier might be thinking, I know we're crazy. So that way you can see, based on the picture, what you think kids can tell you about what their thinking might be. And part of, let's see, if we wanted to move it up to even the next level, like if we wanted to go to level 3 and maybe justify what their thinking is about this, they can even add a text box down here. Let's add a text box and put a sentence stem in here that they'd have to add to. And maybe you're going to have them say, I think Washington was thinking this because, and have them fill in that sentence stem here. And that would even take their critical thinking level on this chart even to level 3 to have to justify why they thought they were crazy for crossing this ocean. I mean, the ice is just ridiculous. That had to be scary too. So, you know, this could be used as a bell ringer. It could be used as some kind of an exit ticket. You could elaborate and expand on that. You could assign it to kids. If you use Google Classroom or Canvas, you can have it as an assignment for them. Again, you can use it for any subject. This could have been any picture that I chose that tied into whatever we were learning. Again, the focus, we want to move away from low critical thinking digital activities to higher level critical thinking pieces, and really to focus on the learning. Do my kids understand what it is that we're learning in this subject or this topic? So the possibilities are endless. You could use Google Drawings in a variety of different ways with all the different subjects. I can't wait to see how some of you guys use this in your classroom. Again, please don't forget to reach out to an ed tech coach if you'd like some help. Place a work order and we'll be happy to come and set a time to work with you to add some of these components to your lessons. And if you have not already subscribed to EdTech University to get weekly videos, then please do so. And we'll see you next Tuesday.